Welcome to another welcome video for a healthcare professional on Patient Advocate Match. And we are super excited. We're here with Tamara Davey. She owns TaDa Homecare. And we're going to speak with and visit with her a little bit so that you can get an idea about what's, her, she's going to speak from her heart, share her passion for helping others. I want to say thank you for her service. She served in the armed forces as well as her husband. So we just want to say thank you for both of them for their service. So welcome, Tamara. It's nice to have you here. Why don't you begin by telling us where you're located and what you do?
Well, I am located in Clinton Township, Michigan, and I am mobile. So I go out to my clients' homes and I service all of the Metro Detroit area. So I cover Wayne County, Oakland County, and Macomb County, Michigan.
Awesome. And so now with home care, is this and I know we've talked a little bit, so this is a non-medical home care. Tell me a little bit about what type of services you provide.
Okay, so we are a non-medical home care agency. So the services that I provide are strictly non-medical. We can give medication reminders for our clients that take medicine if they have a tendency to forgetting them. But we do not administer any medication and we don't do any type of health, medical health services. So what we do is we go out to the homes of Medicaid patients and we assist them around the house with day-to-day activities such as chores around their home, like laundry, cooking, um, dishes, sweeping and mopping. We may run them on errands, take them to the grocery store or go pick their groceries up for them, help them get dressed, in and out of bed or from the wheelchair to the table and different things like that.
So do you do any personal cares or any bathing or grooming?
Yes, if the client does need assistance with that, then we will help with showering, bath time, brushing their teeth, or getting their dentures in, shampooing their hair. I'm actually going to be doing a manicure tomorrow, so I'm pretty
Oh,
excited about that.
that's awesome. So how long, when you're in a home, how long do you know, is there a time limit or do they pick in how many hours, or how do you determine how long you spend with a client?
Well, when they're going through the home health program with Medicaid, there's an allotted time that the state gives for that and the specific tasks that each client needs, a part of their care package and everything. So I just have to follow whatever they are prescribed help with. And I mean, sometimes I may get done a little bit sooner.
Mhm.
Sometimes I may run over the time, but they're always very thankful. Like if I do take a little bit more time, that the job is done thoroughly and things like that. And sometimes they may not even be up for the allotted time frame, but normally it's usually between 2 to 4 hours that I'm there, just
Mhm.
depending if they need help with showering and getting dressed and things. It takes a little bit longer on a 3 to 4 hour time range, but if I'm just running in just to do a little bit of laundry and dishes, then I could probably get that done in like an
Mhm.
hour.
Mhm.
Some just require companionship and they just may want you to sit there and watch Jeopardy with them, and that's fine
Mhm.
too.
Mhm. Mhm. Awesome. So then is it safe to say, are you contracted then with the state of Michigan for Medicaid in those counties? Is that, do you work with them or do your clients contact you directly? How do they get your services?
So the clients themselves, they'll go to their doctor's office, and if their doctor tells them, well, if they kind of feel that that patient needs a little bit help at home because of their disability, then what they would do is they would fill out paperwork and things like that, and that's how they'll determine what services they'll need as far as like getting dressed and
Mhm.
cleaning and things like that. And then what they'll do is they'll put it in the system, and then a pool of home care providers can see that are through the state.
Okay.
So I am like a part of this platform, so to speak. It's an online platform for caregivers through the state of Michigan with the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services, and
Perfect.
they'll contact me. So if they know someone, like a
Mhm.
family member, for instance, I do give home care for my grandmother, and my parents, then they specifically ask me to do it. But if there's someone out there that doesn't have a family member or friend that they can ask, then the state will then, give them the information to kind of find someone.
Gotcha. So, then are you paid, are your services paid for then from the state through the
Yes,
Medicaid program? Okay.
yes, I'm paid by the Department of Health and Human Services.
Okay. So now, did you, when you got into this pool of caregivers, did you have to have any credentials, or how did you get into caring for people in their homes?
So they do a background check and they
Okay.
do ask you a series of questions just based on different things that you may have done in your experience with working with the elderly or people with disabilities. But Michigan is a state where non-medical healthcare is unregulated. However, it is highly recommended to go out and seek your own training, such as the HIPAA laws and
Mm-hmm.
elder care, as well as just basic things like EpiPen training, things to do for diabetes, crisis, asthma, and things of that nature, as well as first aid and CPR.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Awesome. So tell me a little bit of how um I know you said we talked a little bit and that you've served in the Air Force, and your husband is still actively serving. And so tell us a little bit about how you got into caregiving and why you chose to do this line of work.
So, when I was in college, I was about 19 years old and I was looking for a job just to kind of make a little extra money to buy books and things like that while I was taking my classes at Wayne State University. And I got a job as a caregiver. And I really did like it because I've always been very interested in helping other people. I grew up with my grandmother and my great grandmother. So I was always used to, just kind of helping them out. And I kind of already knew a few things about a few different health ailments. My grandmother had diabetes while I was growing up, so I knew if her sugar dropped low, go get her meter and get some orange juice and things like that. So once I actually had a caregiving job, I just really liked it, and I knew that I kind of wanted to do that, but I didn't really know at what capacity. And
Mm-hmm.
so later on down the line, when I was in the Air Force, I was in a situation where I was at a base in Florida where an older lady fell getting out of the shower, and they were screaming for help from their hotel room, and I kind of ran down there and I kind of helped out with that and gave kind of like some first aid and
Mm-hmm.
hands-on care, and it just made me realize that the training that I gained from my caregiving job years before that happened, it was always still in me because it was something I was passionate about. So I always said that I wanted to get back to that ever since that situation where I helped the lady in Florida. And so, I mean, the opportunity presented itself for me to be someone's personal caregiver in my family. And I figure I might as well just make this out of a business and just do this.
Well, good for you. You certainly can hear the passion in your voice as far as for caring for people. So when you decided to have a business, and I mean, what would you like to um if people in Michigan, in the Metro Detroit area, are looking for a caregiver, what would you want them to know about you?
I would want people to know that I am not just going to treat their loved one like another customer. I am going to treat them like family because I know what it's like to have a loved one in the care of someone else, and you have to give that person your trust that they're going to take the best care possible of your loved one. So being on the other side of that, I would always assure families that their family member is going to be taken care of to the best of my ability, like they are family.
That's awesome. um Tamara, how do people get a hold of you if they want to select you for their services? How do they reach out to you? How do they find you?
So I do have an Instagram account. and it is TaDa Home Care on Instagram as well as on LinkedIn. And I believe on LinkedIn it's TaDa Home Care Agency. And I can show you the flyer so that way when you see it online, you know exactly what it is. And it's going to be that same logo. You'll probably see
Okay.
this flyer.
Mm-hmm.
I also have a phone number, and that is 586-277-7798. And my email address is tadahomecare@yahoo.com.
Perfect. And we will make sure that in the description of the video, when we put this video together and we put it on Tamara's site, that will, all that information will be there, so you'll have all access to all the information as far as how to reach her and reach out to if you'd like to use her services. So as we wrap up, Tamara, what in closing, what any thoughts, anything I didn't ask, or anything that you'd like to say to people that are considering your services that we didn't cover?
Um, I mean, I guess I can close with my mission statement, which is to provide families with quality care and just making sure that families are comfortable and reassured that everything is going to be okay as far as TaDa Home Care Agency goes. We do the light chores, the grooming, dressing, mobility, and errands. And I mean, it's not like it'll be super formal. I'm always pretty down to earth and fun. So I just like to have a good time with my clients and stuff. And I actually call them my families. So it's a pretty good time, I think, because I like to play music and put on game shows and things like that. So yeah,
Well,
just
I think
family oriented.
that's amazing. And I think, your passion again has really come through, and I think you would be absolutely a joy to have in someone's home to help care for them. So I'm really appreciative that we got to do this welcome video. So this video will be on Tamara's listing. So if you're looking for a caregiver in the Metro Detroit area, check out Tamara's video so you can hear exactly from her heart and her passion for what she does. And we're also going to share this listing. And with that being said, I think we're going to go ahead and wrap this up. And I just encourage everybody, if you are in the Detroit metro area, check out TaDa Home Care, because I think you'll be very happy making that choice. All right, we'll see everyone soon.
Thank you.